Are you not entertained? Hello and welcome back to the James Rambling Reviews for yet another episode, and we just kicked the episode right into high gear there with the Are you not entertained quote piece of dialogue from Gladiator, because in today's video I've got a very special different kind of review where I'm actually going to be discussing my thoughts on the Gladiator experience I had a few days ago, because it was my first time ever actually watching this movie, and so I'll get into all of that. And so my biggest piece of context is that I've never seen this movie. I've always heard about this movie. All I've heard is great things, and also I do dabble in history, and I was very interested in ancient Rome, ancient Greece and stuff like that. I studied a bit of that at school a couple years ago, so I have these interests about this stuff, but I have never really seen the movie. And then you add Russell Crowe into the mix, who did Pope's Exorcist, and he was awesome in that, and I've seen Russell Crowe in that, and he is just a really interesting person, and when you look at his life, he's done a lot of incredible things. So there's that. And this video, I really want to spoil this movie, but then it's at the same time, the second movie comes out in November, so if you have never seen the movie, The Gladiator, right, I definitely recommend you go and watch this, because there will be a portion where I will not spoil anything, just to give you a bit of a lead up, and then I will spoil stuff. So if you like, if I spoil stuff, it gives me a better chance to explain my points more. So there's definitely that. So what is this movie actually about? So Gladiator, right, it's actually this movie where you've got this guy called Maximus, and they're pretty much in this world where they're trying to prove themselves to be the greatest of all time, and being like, you know what, screw what the higher ups, screw what the king says, I'm going to do what I want to do, and I want to win and beat everybody kind of thing. So there's that, and you kind of get that. So you've got Russell Crowe played by Maximus, and then you've got the evil. Well, he starts off alright, and then he becomes evil villain later on, and then we'll talk about that obviously. But you've got Commodus, I think his name is, played by Joaquin Phoenix, and so you have this dynamic where you're either trying to root for Maximus, played by Russell Crowe, or Commodus, or however you pronounce that, played by Joaquin Phoenix. And so you have that, and then there's all of these other characters that come into the fray, and how they relate to these characters and what they're going through, and you get all of that. So what did I think about this movie? So without further ado, right, let's just call this absolute peak, top class, well done, like absolutely masterful cinema, like no bad moment whatsoever. And this movie, kid you not, is 2.5 hours long, and I'm going to be honest with you, this movie feels like it was an hour long, or an hour and a half, right? It was like flying by, and pretty much every piece of dialogue that happens in the film matters. Every piece of action is awesome, and it pays off into what actually happens later on. And also the music in this movie, wow, it is just peak, absolute peak, the top of the charts, where you feel the music that it's being on the screen, if you know what I mean. Like, as you watch this movie, you feel the sound around you, and then you have there's points where the crowd is cheering in the movie, and it's really loud, and you're really immersed in what's going on. And there was even a few times where I was leaning in my seat with that popcorn wide open in my mouth, you know what I mean? And I mean, that's a bit too much information, but like, my goodness, I was locked in and ready to go. I was absolutely so surprised when it said that they were going to the final battle already. Like, what is going on here? And Russell Crowe is amazing as the main actor. Joaquin Phoenix is awesome. And yeah, just because I said when we did the whole spoiler free thing, right, I'm gonna spoil this and that. Joaquin Phoenix's villain arc, like, he actually cooks up some of the best villain arcs I've ever seen in my life. Like, the way he actually, you think he's like the good guy, he acts alright, and then he's like, boom, I hate everybody and I am the villain now. and then you get to this point where you have Maximus and him fighting each other, and it pays off so well, because as you were watching the movie, you invested in what was going on, and you were like, oh, what's going to happen, and then it happens, it transpires, and you're just like, yes, we freaking destroyed, we wanted you to destroy the villain. And then what turns out is that Maximus actually dies at the end of the movie, and then you're just in shock, and there was a few times where I absolutely almost cried. And I would give this movie a solid 10 out of 10. I actually feel like I would be committing a war crime watching this movie at home, and yeah, that's an exaggeration, but I feel like this movie is so cinematic and so ready to go and so entertaining that it is just built for the cinematic experience. And so yeah, this is my review of The Gladiator from 2000, and yeah, that's it. I guess this is a short, sweet, no bullshit, no unfiltered nonsense, getting straight into it. And I hope you were entertained by this video, despite the fact we spoiled some stuff. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time. Bye.